Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we gonna start with another video on Power Automate Cloud. So last time I mean we discussed around what different flows we have in Power Automate Cloud. We set up few things, um, and then we explored very basic like what we can do. And today we will continue with that basics things which I think is very essential to understand about this platform. So let's quickly jump into I remember like in the last video I have told you that for those who don't have access to Office 365 or your organization has not enabled Power Automate for you, for those I will quickly that's not a very legit way to do it, but um, it's an option thing with which you can try out Power Automate. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to navigate to this URL, which is nothing but a temp mail, right? If you search, or yeah, exactly this one, temp-mail.org. What I will do, I will add this in the description also. So what it does, it will create a simple email for you, like an email ID. And if you can see over here, right, this time it has created something like GIWAXA5060 at this. Then you use this ID, the email ID, for your Power Automate, the trial which you can enable. um, Use that email ID, you will get an email, you can see those email. But yeah, make sure you are not refreshing this tab. Okay, if you refresh it, let's say if I close and I will refresh it, it will generate a different email. So better not to refresh it. Make sure you get that ID, go to Power Automate website, start your trial, use that thing, and you are good to um, start doing things on Power Automate. I will not go in detail like how to register and all that, because those are very simple things which you can follow. If anyone have any issues while registering or while setting up your environment for the Power Automate, you can comment over the video, let me know. I'll definitely try my best to help you. All right, so we will now jump into very basic things, right, like I told. So let's quickly jump to the flows which we can create. Okay, let's quickly start with a basic new flow, maybe instant flow. Let's give it a name like miscellaneous, maybe. Yeah, MISC. Okay, so I want to manually trigger this flow, and let's create it. So why I'm doing it manually? Because I am going to do multiple things with this flow. So it is not event based, right? So it is not scheduled. I will trigger it manually. So all right, so let's quickly start with very basic things, right? So you might know, maybe if any other RP tool you are using, like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Pega Robotics, or any other, right? So there are always variables which you create to use in your use case or in your process. Also there are certain input arguments and some like initial things which your process need. So in Power Automate Cloud, you can define the input arguments in this way. How? Let's say we have this manual trigger for a flow, and I want whosoever calls this flow has to pass something to this flow. So what I'll do, I will click on, okay, how I went to that, I clicked on manual trigger, clicked on this action. Then there was an tab for parameters. Okay, let me close that. Parameters, I clicked on add an input. Then there are different types of input arguments which I can create, right? So text, yes, no, file also, email also, number also, and a date. Let's quickly see like how we can perform very basic thing with the text first. Okay, so let's say this is my, all right, for now let's name it as mail body. Okay, and yeah, and we will put here some text. Okay, this no need to put that. This is, yeah, I'm using my single hand. I have mic in my one hand so that you guys get good quality of audio. This is male body. I will just type here, um, and then let's quickly click on this, and we will, what we will do, we'll send one, yeah, last time I think we did with the Slack, so this time we'll do it with Gmail. Let's see if we can send um, Gmail. Okay, so we have this send mail. Okay, let's click that, and then again went to this send email. Okay, send email, and then send email this. All right, so to whom we need to send this email? Okay, we will send it to my other email, which is rpa let's automate now at the rate gmail.com. rpa let's automate now at the rate gmail.com. Perfect. So we defined, okay, to whom we want to send the email, and you might be thinking, right, we are seeing only two. Where is body, where is cc, where is subject? All those you can enable by just clicking on this advanced parameter, select cc, select importance, subject, body, attachments also you can add. For now we will keep it with simple subject, body, and cc. So cc I don't want to keep, I can cancel this. Importance, let's make it high. Subject, let's take subject also as an input, right? So, or for now I will hard code it as demo. Okay, because we are seeing. All right, so first what I will do, right, we, though we have an input argument mail body, but just for testing I will write test mail. Okay, and then in the next like just after this we'll see how we can dynamically add content into the body, right? What my input is, how we can include in here, right? So yeah, we are good. We will save it, and then we'll wait for it to save and then test. This is very important, right? So you know, in almost every software development, any language, right, any id, anything, we definitely debug things, we definitely test things. So in cloud, in Power Automate Cloud, you can test your workflow by clicking on the test thing. It says two things: one is manual, second one is automatic. So currently, because this is first time and we have not executed the process at least one time, that is the reason why your automatically is disabled. There are no runs for this flow, which means this is first time we are running this flow. But when I will do it manually once, next time onwards you can see this automatically, where you can see with list of runs you did in past. So let's do it manually and then I will show you what automatically means here. So test. All right, so sign in to Gmail, done, and then this is the mail body, and I will, okay, it is asking for the mail mod body. I did mention is, all right, so this is basically this. So when I am running, it is asking, though we are not using it now, but for now let's keep it as it is. We'll pass the something to it. Let's say this is required input argument which I have created. Yeah, in the body, if you see, it is hard coded as test mail. Okay, we will not get test. So I will just run the flow. All right, so the flow executed successfully. Let's click on done and let's see if we have received any email. All right, maybe in the junks somewhere. Spam. No. Uh, Perfect. We got it right. So your, what was that? Okay, maybe a typo something somewhere. Yeah, I think I have done some mistake while typing in the address. Let's see where we are. We are here, and let's check the. Okay, so that's the mistake over there. So let's quickly change that. Click on edit, click on this, update this, fine, save it, and maybe what we will do this time, we will use the automatic option. So automatically enabled, right? So last time it was disabled, and we can see with the recent which got succeeded last time. Let's test with that, which means it will send this email without any issue this time. Hopefully we will get the email. We got the email with the body test mail. Okay, so we got like the body test mail because we sent that, we have set that while we ran the flow. Let's quickly edit it, and then we'll see how we can dynamically set the content, like the input argument which we have set in this, right? The input is this mail body. So maybe let's see. So let's say we, okay, we are fetching body. All right, so keeping it simple, mail colon. How do we dynamically add things to the body, right? So if you see in Power Automate, we have two options. One is for expression and the dynamic controls. Let's not get confused now. I'm not going to complicate things at very early stage. So the first icon with the bolt, clicked on it, you see we have 13 more things which we can use as in dynamic content, but the mail body is the argument which we have, the input argument which we have created. We just select it and it will automatically show here. Again, another approach would be if you press backslash insert dynamic content or insert expression, we will select insert dynamic content, and we can see what all details we can put in, right? So let's put the timestamp as well. All right, so what we did this time, we updated the mail body. We are using the dynamic contents, whatever the input argument, whatever the input value you will pass, that will be sent as an email. Let's do that now. We'll do save and test. Okay, saving is important, keep that in mind. And then when you run your flow, it will ask you to provide the mail body, and mail body we will write, okay, this is dynamically generated or added, not generated, added to mail, and then we will run our flow. All right, so the process executed successfully. We will go back to our inbox, wait for the mail to come. We got this. So the mail, again, yeah, I will open that thing to show you, in a mail body, the timestamp, and this is what we can see here. Mail, this is dynamically, yeah, this is dynamically added to the mail, and this is the timestamp at what it is sent. So see, this is how we can use it, right? So this is really interesting. If you want to pass many things, right, dynamically, you can do that. You can use input arguments and then utilize those in the flows, right, like we just did here. So um, running and testing, I have explained you how to test. Again, I will manually, I will explain you again. There are two options, one is manually, another one is automatically. First time when you execute, your automatically will be disabled, your manually will be enabled because you are doing it first time. Automatically works when you have executed certain tests on the flow. You can utilize one of those and then execute your flow just to verify how it's performing. All right, so next thing is input arguments and the dynamic things which we see, right? So input argument, we can, yeah, we created this. Let's try to do maybe a date, right? So trigger date, enter the date in this format, right? So I have created this input argument. I will update that maybe in the body itself, and then trigger date, right? So let's put that in this, and then dynamic content, how we add it. You can use the backslash insert dynamic content, or you can use this bolt icon to click on it, and then maybe I need to save it. Yeah, so once you do, go back to your flow there, click on this bolt. If you can see the trigger date also appears here. So whatever input arguments you will create, you can see that, see all of them under the dynamic content of the trigger, like the manual triggers for the, you can name it and utilize it. So there are by default few others which you can use, like the user email, who is sending this, the date, the postal code, street, state, city, so that you can utilize. So yeah, let's see, I will do one thing. I will insert for now, let's say trigger date. Same way I will try to see city if I can grab something, right? So these are default ones, right? So it takes from the user, or maybe country or region. Let's see. All right, we gonna save this, and we gonna test this again. So test with manual, or let's say automatic recent one test. Perfect. So you saw, right? This time it didn't ask me to enter the input argument detail. Why? Because I have used the previous option from the automatic testing, right? So um, let's refresh this. Hopefully we will, yeah, so we got this, and trigger date was blank and trigger city was blank, is blank here. So let's try, if we give something, we will get right. So maybe let's click edit, then save, and then maybe click on test. Let's do it manually, and this time we will okay, so this time, because we are asking and it is asking, it has given a pop-up, right, to check if all right, to check, I mean, it is asking me permission to allow my location. Okay, I will allow it. Let's say the mail body, this time I will write in mail body test 1, and trigger date, let's put that for tomorrow, run. Alright, what it says, the input body of the trigger manual type request did not match a schema. Okay. Expected string but not null. The input body for trigger manual did not match its schema definition. Let me see what exactly it is. So if I go here, alright, so this is what it is, right? So for now, let's make this as optional. Yeah, you can make those argument as optional, multi-select, you can do that. You can explore those options. I'm not going to explain you in detail, but yeah, you can navigate to this menu by clicking on those three dot next to that parameter, and then based on your requirement you can test that. Let me quickly see. Okay, before that, let's save it, and let's quickly test it out with the manual one this time again, and this one let's put QWERTY, and this one run flow. Alright, the process executed this time, and let me see what was the issue. Okay, let's refresh this. Alright, we got that email. City, we got India, though it's country, but anyways. um, Trigger date seems to be there is issue with that. Let's quickly check that, right? That's what we are here to see, right? Why and what things comes when we, let's make it as, mark it as like oh, what enter, please enter or select a date. Okay, let's enter a date of 2025, 2025, then hyphen 05, let's make it 23. Okay, this is the format. We will save it. We will test the flow manually this time, maybe. Yeah, whatever comes to. Yeah, let's see, 23, maybe I will select 21 and run the flow. Okay, it got executed. So I didn't set the default values um, for the input parameters which I have defined for this trigger. That was the reason why it was failing previously. So yeah, that's how we fix it. And we can see the email also with the trigger date also showing in. Okay, alrighty. So what next now? So we saw things, right? You know, uh, about how we triggered it manually and all, how we define the input arguments, how we can use dynamic content in our flows. Let's quickly test these things with schedule flows, right? I mean, all other things you guys can easily understand about it, and for those who wants to understand like how, what value was set, and you can do that by navigating to this part. Once you move back from the edit uh, panel, you over this, like where your flows and then your flow, those details you can see here, right? What all you have executed. Let's say I want to see what I have executed, maybe at around 12:44. Let's click on that, and then um, it will open the detail. Like if you click on the respective action, you can see, okay, so the text was, this is the mail body, and like these are the inputs. This is sorry. So mail body, this is dynamically added to mail, and then the content, basically you can check that everything you can verify from this panel, where you can see your run history, right? You can use this to verify if there is any failure, any issue, you can see from here. All right, so this time we tested it with the manual trigger, right? So which is basically our instant flows. What what we will do now is we will try it out with the scheduled cloud flows, right? So we'll test it, like what we can, you know you where we can use it, how to use it. So let's say demo, or maybe miscellaneous for scheduling. Okay, and I want to execute this process starting which is today. That's fine. This repeat after every yeah, second, maybe 30 seconds. Let's do that. Create. Alright, so this process, it will execute every 30 second, and then in the recurrence you can see this is what the the reoccurrence about the parameters which we can set here, like 30, time zone, the start time, that thing. But you cannot see here any arguments, right? Can we define arguments here? No, we can't. Let's check that. No, we cannot see any. I mean, yeah, we can't do anything, right? We cannot add the input arguments here. But again, we will use a simple mail activity just to see if the emails were sent or not every 30 seconds, right? That's what we're gonna check, because we are using the scheduled flow, right? So send email for Gmail. Yeah, let's see, and this is to RPA. Let's automate now at the rate gmail.com. Okay, and here maybe subject and body. Fine, subject is equal to scheduled flow, and then maybe, yeah, if we can do something, let's see, let's try out this all options, right? The background we can set it to red. For now keep it as red, and then maybe let's test scheduled mail, and then we will dynamically add the uh, okay, we cannot. Let's try with the expression if we can. Okay, so let's search for time. Daytime, okay. All right, so we will get this. Okay, so this time I'm using functions which are nothing but this is an expression. There was no dynamic content for this flow, so we we use this expression to get the UTC now. It is similar to datetime.now, if you remember. I mean, in .NET or in any other thing, any another language or scripting, you can easily understand about the now function and all that. So we are going to use that only, and let's click on add. Let's save it, and then to recur at most once every 60 seconds you are allowed. Okay, so that's what they are saying is 30. Okay, let's do that. 60, fine. Probably this time it won't give me any error while saving. Perfect, so no issues. While let's test that first manually, though it ran. We will keep it as it is. We will close this, we will go back here, and we'll wait. Got it. So let's keep an eye over our mailbox, right? So every minute now, because it's 60, yeah, so we got that because we executed it for the testing. So this is first time we got it. So yeah, it is like 9:28. That's what this, I guess, the server time. So let's wait for another minute, and then we'll see. Okay, all right, so we'll wait for here, and then quickly see what um, we can, after this we can go through. Okay, so cloud we did, dynamic contents we did. um, when I say cloud, sorry, I mean the instant flows we checked. The scheduled we did, dynamic thing, dynamic content we did, expression we just touched it. I will explain that in detail just after this maybe. We'll verify this first, and then, or let's do one thing, I will create a separate video just for the expression this time. Just simple flow creation, right? This is, yeah, this is, let's keep it very simple now. Flow creation will do in this part, right? So arguments, everything we verified, right? Or let's quickly see what next we can do. All right, so let's refresh this maybe. Okay, only one so far. Okay, okay, we will wait for it to run. Let's see if we have received anything. No, nothing so far. Was that 60 seconds or 60 minutes? I think it is 60 seconds only. They have executed it, right? So 2 minutes ago, that's okay. No, I want this to run automatically, right? We don't want to run it manually. That's not good. Go back to the manual, I mean the flows. This is scheduled. Let's see. what scheduling I have added to it. Reoccurrence 60, interval 60 second. Okay, let's do that every minute maybe. Time zone, maybe I think I have not selected, because of that it is not working. Okay, so let's select this. Start time, yeah, probably. Yeah, let's keep it as it is. Save. Saving, and then we will go back to that screen. If they are recommending to test it. Okay, so 1 minute ago the process executed, and we will wait for the next run, right? That's what it is in the scheduled. It should work in that way, right? Alright, we'll wait and see, and let's quickly go back and jump into this miscellaneous one which we created. This is instant flow, so let's edit this to understand about the expression. So yeah, I just explain you in the schedule flows, right? So same way like how we added the dynamic content by clicking on this icon, you can see what all variables are there in this flow. You can utilize those and consume. Same way, same way you can use the expression to concat things, right? There are like multiple functions available for the string manipulation, for collection functions, for logical function like if else equal and all those sort um, conversion functions are there, and then if you scroll, math functions are there, date time functions are there, and referencing functions are there, workflow functions are there, manipulation functions are there. So all these functions are available, and I, like I said, I will create a separate video around it. But yeah, just to show you, or just to give you an example, like what I will do in this, let's add few more like test and then test. Okay, so let's say this one is input is Ram, and maybe in the second consider this as the Kumar as this. So maybe fn would be the first name, and then the name of the parameter would be the last name ln. Okay, and then maybe what we will do, we will save it first and then go back to here. Let's edit this. Go back to your then in the name we will do this, and then again in not insert expression, let's do the concat, and in concat what we have two um, dynamic contents we can use, which is nothing but our, let's say, click on the see more. Okay, so we have function, then we will give comma for the second part like this, and then we will click on add. That's it. Very simple. We need not to do any rocket science here, right? It's a very simple thing. You use your expression, select the function, provide the required parameters by using dynamic content, or maybe the hard-coded values you can test it out with. All right, let's save it and then test it, right? Just to make sure it's returning us the correct results, or just click on test. Maybe what I will do in the body QWERTY, in the date time Ram, and this is Kumar, fine. Okay, so it is asking to, okay, let's select this, maybe Shyam this time I think, and Roy. Run the flow. All right, so what we are expecting, an email. Oh, and you see we already got one email where the schedule flow executed. Let me refresh, and then we saw this email wherein Shamro got concatenated within the body itself. It is showing. So that's how we use expressions, and like I said, I'm going to create a separate video on the expression, but yeah, because I'm explaining you very essential things, this is important part for building any use case. So, and high level I just explained you about the expressions. All right, so one last thing which I would cover in this video is about the schedule flows which we just created, and we'll see if it is running fine or not at a particular schedule, or okay, it is showing only 2 runs, and that's not expected. Let me see what is the issue here. Mhm. Today second, fourth. Okay, that is the issue it seems. Yeah. Second, maybe one, and in seconds, let's do it 60 second, which is similar. Why I'm changing it, I'm not sure. All right, so let's do that. Yeah, let's save it, and the flow is saved, and we will wait here. Yeah, what I'm expecting, like every minute it should send in mail, which I'm not sure why it's not working out. It should, maybe because the start time at the trigger level, right? The schedule that was wrong, that was incorrect, because I think it was 22nd of May after 4 a.m. That's again that's an assumption here. Let's see, but how it goes this time. All right, so we modified at around 1.7, and it should run, I guess. Let's see. We'll wait. We'll go back to this panel and see. Nothing is running. But why? Alright, I will check this. Not sure why it's not working out. Something, something to do with yeah, not sure why it's not working out. As per my thing, it's a schedule flow which we have created, and the status is also on, right? I was about to explain you about how to turn it off. Like, you can click on this and it is, the flow will turn it off. It will not execute at to see the flow checker. Okay, let's check that. Maybe, what is that? Okay, that's fine. Okay, we turned it on. Let's wait for another seconds. Maybe I will bring up the, all right. Anyways, I will check this, and maybe in the next video I will explain you um, about the issue in this schedule one. Yeah, I think it should run, but I'm not sure what exactly is happening. uh, all right, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys are liking my content, and um, I would again request you to kindly subscribe, like, and comment over the videos. If you have any doubt, do reach out to me over the comments. You can send me an email on rpa let's automate now at the rate gmail.com. You can for any queries, anything, let's uh, connect over the email, and I'll try my best to resolve. If not, we'll learn together to understand about it. Again, thanks a lot for watching my videos, and have a good day ahead. Thanks.